Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Banjo-Tooie. Last time, we finished up everything we can do in the first world of the game, My Hen Temple. And this episode, we're back here in Jinjo Village because now, with our newly learned move, the ability to grab on the ledges, we can climb up this Jinjo house here and grab ourselves a treble clef. So there you go, got ourselves a free 20 notes. I figured since we need to go ahead and unlock our next world in the game, it's best off just to start here in the very beginning and grab ourselves that 20 notes. I mean, you might as well, because in between sessions I did turn off the game, and every time you boot up Banjo-Tooie, you'll return here to Jinjo Village, so it just makes the most sense, grab it immediately on the fresh play session. So I wanted to come over to this portion of Jinjo Village and walk through this doorway, simply because this actually takes us to the Wooden Hollow, so this is another way to get over to this area, but you do need to be able to grab on ledges in order to get to that door, so I kind of don't really see much of a point to that door existing. So, I just wanted to show it's there, but it's not a useful passage, in my opinion, to take. This guy just want to get out of my way, because I'm just trying to climb a ledge here. We want to actually make our way over to this ledge, because I want to go ahead and explore more of the Isle Hags, and this is the direction we need to go. So, welcome to the plateau. Here in the plateau, I want to go ahead and jump on top of this sign, because up here, as you can see, are some notes just sitting here waiting for us to collect. A little awkward for me to grab this ledge from the looks of things, but there we go. We got ourselves some notes, and we got ourselves a silo over here, so we're going to go ahead and activate this. And now we got a warp point. And get rid of this creature, because you're in my way. Now, here, if you listen closely, you can hear something under this boulder, but we can't do anything with this boulder. It's just not possible for us to break, so we'll have to remember that's there for later. For now, we have a new move here from Jars to learn, so let's go ahead and talk to him. Now's the time for you to learn shooting eggs that crackle and burn. A brand new egg you have acquired. Now I'll tell you how they're fired. Tap RB or LT to get your eggs on view. Tap it again until it's right for you. That'll be all. Dismissed. So yeah, Jars just gave us fire eggs. Fire eggs here are very similar to normal eggs when it comes to their use case scenario. We'll mainly be using these for a lot of puzzles, but since they're fire, we can go ahead and use these to burn certain things, so that's good to know. But here, got ourselves some notes and our honeycomb, so that's helpful because as soon as we come in here, we have our use for the honeycomb coming in at last. This is Honey Bee's hive. Hi there, Big Bear. I'm Honey Bee, mistress of the honey. Why couldn't you be mistress of the jiggies instead? Because that would have made your quest too easy. However, I can grant you extra energy units in return for empty honeycombs. I suppose that'll be better than nothing. Don't be so rude, Kazooie. Oh, sorry, wasp lady. I'm Honey Bee, a bee, not a wasp. Right you are, hornet girl. You have enough honeycombs for 2 more units of energy. Do you want to trade? Oh, of course. Sure, honey. Toss your honeycombs over here then, Big Bear. Here's your extra energy. So there we go, we got ourselves 2 more things of energy. Honeybee here is a character we're going to be seeing a couple different times throughout our journey, simply because we want those extra honeycomb pieces for our health. So that'll make things a lot easier. Now here, we have ourselves our next level, and as you can see, it's guarded off so we can't get in. So, right over here, we have ourselves Jiggy Wiggy's little altar of knowledge, as he puts it. We press the B button in front of it, we can go ahead and get the Mighty One's wisdom, as he says. So let's go ahead and interact with the altar. It is written that 4 Jiggies are required to open this door. You have enough Jiggies to attempt my challenge. Do you wish to warp to my sacred temple? Sure thing. Save me on some backtracking. So you can interact with Jiggy Wiggy's altars in front of the world entrances, and it'll warp you straight back to his temple if you have enough Jiggies. So that's a nice little form of backtracking. You don't have to worry about just running all the way back over here. You just take a quick warp and then do your puzzle. So let's go ahead and unlock World 2. So this puzzle here is getting a little more complicated, as you can see, compared to the first puzzle we solved. Each time you have to unlock a world, as you would expect, the puzzles do get harder and harder, so there's more pieces for us now to go ahead and put into the puzzle. So just pay attention here to these surroundings, get an idea of what to expect here in World 2. Looks like Banjo's inside of a house and some guy is crying here. But we solved the puzzle, so there we go. Challenge number 2 is complete, and now we can open the way to World 2. So now Jiggy Wiggy will go ahead and open up the way to World 2, the area we were just at beforehand, with the metal grate covering up a hole. So now we can go ahead and get in there and see what that guy was crying about. He looks very sad. Hopefully Banjo can go ahead and make him happy. But I want to go ahead and mention that we have a lot of Jiggies at this point in the game. So as soon as this cutscene is over, we're going to get a new thing of dialogue because we can actually unlock the next world in the game while we're here at Jiggy Wiggy's temple. So after that beam is done firing, Jiggy Wiggy will prompt us to do challenge number 3. You're indeed the chosen one. You also have enough Jiggies to attempt Jiggy Wiggy's challenge number 3. So while we're here, why not? Let's go ahead and do the next challenge and get World 3 opened up as well. This will save us some time from coming back here and just doing another challenge. So we'll get a sneak peek at World 3 as soon as I can put these puzzle pieces in. Sometimes the puzzle pieces are a little deceptive, some of them kind of easy to see where they're supposed to go, while others kind of blend in with certain colors depending on where Banjo is in the puzzle. So the camera here in these puzzles makes a huge difference, and sometimes it's not that helpful. But one more piece to put into the puzzle, and there you go. Puzzle number 3 is complete. Looks like World 3 has a bit of a desert area, and there's just a Jinjo sitting out there. But the Jinjo's coming towards Banjo. That doesn't look good. I'll have to remember that for later. That Jinjo doesn't look like the other Jinjos we've seen in the game. He looks suspicious, if you ask me. Yes, Jiggy Wiggy, we know your power. We just seen it less than a minute ago. So this is the one thing, if you solve multiple puzzles at once here in Banjo-Tooie, get used to watching a cutscene of Jiggy Wiggy shooting the laser beam out of his temple. Because if you come in here unlocking 2-3 worlds at a time, this cutscene can get kind of repetitive after a while. So yeah, I get it, Jiggy Wiggy, you have power. We've seen it multiple times. You don't have to keep on showing it. Let's get out of here. We don't have enough Jiggies to do challenge 4, so yeah, we'll come back later. Alright, so we already unlocked our fast travel to get over to World 2. So let's just go ahead and just make our way back over to the plateau. So here we are. Now, I want to mention something very interesting here about this entryway to get into World 2. Now, we could just easily jump down this hole and enter World 2 now. But there is another way you can technically get in here with glitches. You can technically clip into this level early. So in speedruns, they actually do this level first. So all you need to do is get a very precise angle and then ground pound your way through the metal grate, and then you jump down into World 2. But here we are, we're in Gulch Mine. So let's go ahead and activate our first warp point here. And I'm immediately going to climb back up because there's a Cheeto page sitting right here on the sign. And that's 5 pages. So now Cheeto's telling us to combat the Grunty's old lair, and we'll get ourselves our first cheat code. So we'll remember that for later. But for now, let's grab ourselves some speed shoes, run over here and hit this switch. Okay, and this switch will open up a gate on the other side of Gulch Mine. So it's going to be a very far trip, and this gate is only going to be open for a short amount of time. Hence why we grabbed those speed shoes now. So we're ready to move. But this level here actually will introduce something very interesting about the speed shoes. Banjo-Tooie gave the speed shoes another use in this game where now you can walk on water. In the original Banjo-Kazooie, you couldn't do this. Banjo-Tooie, now you can run on water. And it's a really cool addition if you ask me. Makes the speed shoes feel even more important now. But luckily, this isn't really that far of a trip to get over to where this open gate was. In fact, we're already here. So, there you go. Now just jump down this water here and climb on the ledge. I got lucky I landed in the little pool of water because that would have hurt otherwise. There you go. Got ourselves a Jiggy. So let's jump over here and continue on. There we got our first Jiggy of the world. That was pretty easy. Get rid of that guy. He's in my way. And dive under the water here into the flooded caves here. Now this is a labyrinth. So you need to know which way you're going in order to actually get out of here. So we're going to take this one slow, but we're going to go ahead and take a left after the first entryway, then go straight, then make another left here, and then doing so, we'll get ourselves to a Jiggy. So that was easy enough. So here it is, just sitting out in the open, but there's some cowboys coming out of the ground, so get rid of these guys. They're in my way. Kill the cowboys. But there you go, another Jiggy. That was 2 quick Jiggies. 2 out of the 10 are just right there, ready for us to grab in this one section. So let's get out of here. Same path on the way out. This time we're taking a right, then going straight, then taking another right, and we're out of here. So this was an easy enough cavern. Luckily, there's nothing else for us to really collect in here, so we don't need to worry about anything else like a Cheeto page or a Jinjo. Even notes. It was just that Jiggy. Oh, dude, I didn't even see him there. Get out of here. This dang hat blended in with the shadow. Like a jump scare waiting to happen. But that was that. So back here in the waterfall cavern, let's go ahead and make our way out here. In this room, the water storage, we got a couple things we can go ahead and grab. First off, I want to go ahead and take a dip here in this water, because here's our treble clef of the level. Just sitting down here in this murky water, so that was pretty easy to find. Although this water's pretty dirty, so I don't want to stay in it for too long. Let's climb up this ledge here, and then climb up to this silo, because in here, we have ourselves a Cheeto page. So let's dive down and get it. Take this one a little slow, make it a little bit easier for us to grab. And that makes 6 pages. So there you go. That's everything in this area, so let's get out of here. Luckily for us, that puts us in a portion of the level we want to be at right now. For starters, we got another warp point right here in front of us, so let's hit that and enter this building. This here is the crushing shed. As the name implies, there's a lot of stuff that can crush you, and it hurts. It also looks really goofy when you're crushed, too. So, it's funny to look at, but it really does hurt. So, let's go ahead and hit this switch, and now turn on the conveyor belt and this little crushing contraption, but I'll turn off the crushers from the ceiling. So now we can get out of here without worrying about being crushed. That's a good thing. I don't want to be a banjo sandwich again. But that's that. That area is ready to go because we actually need to prepare that area for Mumbo. So now when we're ready to play as Mumbo in this level, he'll be able to do his thing in this section of level without any problems whatsoever. So there is that. Now, I want to go ahead and point out something here. There is a Jiggy up here, as you can see. But there is no way for us to get that Jiggy right now because it's out of reach. If I break open this box, we see this new item here, the springy step shoes. But we can't use these yet. In fact, we won't be able to use those shoes for a long time. So we'll have to remember that Jiggy is there since we can't do anything about that right now. And we'll have to come back to this world at a later date. So we'll just have to remember that and just move on for now. So here, I'm going to go ahead and climb up this ledge. Just do a nice backflip up and collect these notes. And there's another boulder here we can't destroy, but luckily for us, we'll be able to destroy it here in just a second. Because right across from where that boulder sits, Jam Jars is also sitting over here. And he has a move for us to learn. Conveniently for us, it's a move that can break open that kind of a boulder. So let's go ahead and learn that move here, Jam Jars. Luckily, we have more than enough notes to learn it. This makes breaking so much fun. Now listen up to how it's done. Leap high in the air and then hold LT or RT. Watch Kazooie spin and drill with her head. That'll be all. Dismissed. That wasn't much of a rhyme, Jam Jars. Stick to using the N64 buttons. That actually gives you rhyming. But yeah, now we have ourselves the drill move here in the game. So with the drill pack, we can go ahead and open up certain boulders here, revealing things underneath them, or just making shortcuts altogether. So that right there gave us a honeycomb. That was nice. But now I want to go ahead and make my way up here, get ourselves a Jinjo. That's one of 3 of the yellow Jinjos, so that's actually pretty good. Getting ourselves one of the yellow Jinjo family. But here, we got ourselves a Prospector's Hunt. Howdy! Who might you be? I'm Bill. I'll bet your other name is gold related. What is it? Gold Bar Bill? Klondike Bill? Nope. Bullion Bill's my name. That's so. What's up, Bill? My rodent partner, Dilberta, went looking for some gold, but she's been gone far too long. We'll keep a lookout for her. Not so fast, Banjo. Make sure he makes it worth our while. Oh, okay. Can we have a prize if we find her? You city folk are all alike. I wonder where she could be. Eek! I'm sure I came in through a tunnel. Yeah, you did come through a tunnel. In fact, it's right through this hole. But we can't do anything from the side. We're back in Mayhem Temple, so we'll have to go through Mayhem Temple to break open that boulder with our new move, and then come back through that specific entrance to free the Prospector's friend. So we'll have to remember that for later, because for now, it's kind of out of reach unless we leave this world and come back, making an unnecessary trip of backtracking. We'll be returning to Mayhem Temple in a short time, but for now I want to do stuff here first, so yeah, we're going to just remember that's there and do something about it later on. For now, let's go ahead and break open this boulder here and make our way down this little tunnel. And inside here, as we can see, we got ourselves a Jinjo locked in jail. Wonder what that Jinjo did to serve hard time. But it's blocked off with TNT. We can't get in there unless we somehow blow up that TNT. Now, you could try your newly acquired fire eggs, but the fire eggs won't do anything, no matter if you try to shoot them or burn them. Fire eggs do not light up the TNT. You would think that would be the case, but it's actually not. TNT does not blow up with fire eggs at all. I want to go ahead and open up that boulder and immediately jump down here and open up another boulder. And there you go. Got some shortcuts open up to this area because this is an area you do have to backtrack for if you're actually wanting to use these pads here. These are split up pads. This is another thing we can't do anything about until a later point in the game because we don't have to move to use those split up pads just yet. But there is a way we can go ahead and cheese this section. So here in the power hunt, what you're supposed to do is use those split up pads because just to spoil things, the split up pads have Banjo-Kazooie split up, as the name implies. So what you would do is you take one character and have them sit here on this switch to light up that room that has the Jiggy in it. Because if you get off the switch, the lights will turn off, making the room super dark, making it next to impossible to see. And the other character is supposed to go into this room while it's lit up and grab the Jiggy. But you can do this room in the dark if you have things like, fire eggs or use Wonder Wing because it will light up the area around you. So for example here, I can go ahead and use Wonder Wing for a little bit and I can kind of see where I'm going. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but it is an extra way to see in here. Another thing you can do is turn up your TV's brightness and then you can also see where you're going. My monitor that I play my games on has a bright enough setting on it that I can actually kind of make out these platforms, so I can easily do all this stuff without having to worry too much. But there you go, I made it. So now I'm out of here. See you later. That death was on purpose, simply because now, look where it put me. Put me back here in the Prospector's Hunt. I did that on purpose because it was a nice death warp, and now it took me to the section of level I want to be at, because now I can go ahead and continue onwards exploring around here. So I want to go ahead and make my way into Wigwam's hut here, but I think I'm actually going to do that next time. Next time on Let's Play Banjo-Tooie, we'll go ahead and enter Wigwam's hut here and get our transformation of World 2. I'll see you guys next time.